Now we're going to talk about the whole issue of keeping it the same way it always has been. Keep doing the same thing you have done. Because people want to say that's what fulfill means there. But in Acts 15, this issue was dealt with. We'll just kind of skip around a little bit so we have to read the whole passage, but we'll start in verse 1. It says, "And a certain man came down from Judea and taught the brethren, unless you are circumcised according to the custom of Moses, you cannot be saved." Now, if things are continue on as they always have, that is part of the law of Moses, being circumcised. Something the people of God were required to do on the 8th day. Let's go to verses 4 and 5. "And when they had come to Jerusalem, they were received by the church," it's talking about the Apostle Paul and Barnabas. "They were received by the church and the apostles and the elders, and they reported all the things that God had done with them. But some of the sect of the Pharisees who believed rose up, saying, 'It is necessary to circumcise them,'" talking about Gentiles, "'and to command them to keep the law of Moses.'" This is the question coming before the church in Jerusalem at this council. Let's go to verse 6. "Now the apostles and elders came together to consider this matter. When there had been much dispute, Peter rose up and said to them, 'Men and brethren, you know that a good while ago God chose among us that by my mouth the Gentiles should hear the word of the gospel and believe. But God, who knows the heart, acknowledged them by giving them the Holy Spirit just as he did to us, and made no distinction between us and them, purifying their hearts by faith. Now therefore," this is him talking to those Pharisees who believe, "Now therefore, why do you test God by putting a yoke on the neck of the disciples which neither our fathers nor we were able to bear?" So, it's kind of being dealt with straight up, right away, by Peter, who was the first one, even before Paul, to go to the Gentiles with Cornelius and his household.